it is incredibly important for democracy that you know who is responsible for decisions that are being made. So for me as an MP, I will have a lot of dealings with ministers around their portfolio. We write to them, we put forward the case for change, we raise concerns, or we hold them to account with questions. So if all the while you think you're focusing on a minister when the real decision maker is someone else, that raises real questions. And now we have a situation for us locally where PEP11, which was the petroleum exploration license off the coast of Newcastle to Manly, strongly objected to by our communities, rejected by New South Wales government, now is in court challenging whether or not the rejection of their application was valid because it wasn't Keith Pitt that made it, but it was Scott Morrison. So these are really important questions.
Zali Steggall, what faith do you have still in the Governor-General after his role in this, in apparently, and there's further investigation to come, apparently signing off on Scott Morrison taking on these ministerial responsibilities without nearly anyone knowing?
Yeah, look, I definitely have questions around what the legal advice or justification was for this being done secretly. I think there are questions that the Australian public is entitled to ask.
Is the former Prime Minister Scott Morrison, still able, in your view, to be the member for Cook?
Well, I think that is for the people of Cook. I think realistically, from some of his comments, he won't be for very long. I suspect there'll be a by-election fairly shortly. But it is concerning that he does remain a member of parliament and so should be compliant with, the standards and behaviour that should go with being a member of parliament.
Mm.
And so it is concerning. I think it is time for him to resign and call that by-election if he's just not focused on the day-to-day of politics.
We've got about 50 seconds. What changes or flow-on things do you believe need to be looked at in the wake of these revelations?
Look, again, we don't know all the facts. So I think I really want to know more around what role the Attorney General played, what advice was maybe provided by the Solicitor General. We need to understand exactly how this occurred. So I think I strongly support that there is an investigation into just what happened on what advice. Because if the pandemic was the emergency, what of other emergencies? Where does, how do we know our democratic rights are upheld?
Zali Steggall, it is a rapidly moving situation. It goes to the heart of how our democracy operates. I thank you for your time in the midst of it this morning.